Good morning, fifth graders. It's career day, so we have a few different options for you to do and one optional activity. The first one I'm going to talk about is something that I normally do for the promotion mass reception, but because we are going to have an alternate version, I want you guys to submit the picture instead. So I usually put up a display, maybe you remember it last year with the little pegboard I have, and it says I dream to be. So your task is to put on, even if you just do like a nice shirt, just so you look nice, and I want you to take a photo of a well-crafted sign of what you dream to be, and I've got some examples here of some signs. You could use pegboard like I have. You could use a whiteboard if you have one, a chalkboard. You could make a poster, a drawing, whatever you'd like to do. But this is to share what you dream to be at this moment in your life. You may or may not get it when you get to be a senior in high school, so choose wisely. Once you have your picture created, I would like you to, I didn't add this in here, I'll have to add it in. Just have your parents email me your picture. That'll probably be the easiest way to do it. The next thing that's on here is a Flipgrid. So I'd like you to share, it needs to be at least a minute long, and there's example in here, but I want you to share what you chose and why you chose it, okay? So I dream to be a firefighter because my dad is a firefighter and it is a brave job to do. I think it's something I'm really interested in with the skills that I have. I love sports and it'd be a way to be active. That would be just one example. So here's my video that you are welcome to check out. I'm not going to play it for you now, but it basically goes through all those directions again. And I would like it to be a minute long or longer so that we can see you and really hear from you. And I'll add in here, what did we say? Oh, have your parent email me. That way I don't forget. Okay, some examples, I'll just pull these up quick, just so you can see what some signs look like. I did chop off the heads, although you may be able to figure out who they are. But these are just some options that people have chosen in the past. But think about something that uses your skills, your talents, your gifts that you would like to be in the future. So that's the first part, photo and Flipgrid for I Dream to Be. The next one is Epic Books. So we're going to read, and you can do something career related. So you can do one of these two choices. The first is you could do a book. Sorry, my husband's making mac and cheese for dinner. First, you can make a book that has a character with your dream job. For example, we just read Hound Dog True, and Uncle Potluck is a janitor, so I could choose like a section of Hound Dog True if that was my dream job. But so your first option is to pick a book that, and you can read a segment if it's a chapter book or read a shorter one. Where if the character is your dream career, you can pick that. If it's something that's like along the same line, for example, if you wanted to be a coding or video game coder, something very specific, if you just pick something with technology, that would be fine too. The second one would be to pick a book that's specifically about your career. So you could pick a nonfiction book that's specifically about your career, or something about the topic of your career. For example, if it says on there, if you want to be an electrician, you can read a book about electricity. If you want to be a veterinarian, maybe you read a book about the species of animals you're interested in. Like if you want to do tropical, like a zoology, maybe you'll pick something that's in the rainforest. So do some reading, check out Epic. You do have the login information emailed to you, but if you're struggling to get in, let me know and I can help you with your login information. And the last one, these videos are coming out to you with a link from Mrs. Smiskey. I just kind of put it together so that you can explore and have a way to kind of formalize it, I guess. So these two links are the links coming out to you or to everyone about some resources for researching careers. And I have this video too that you can watch if you would like to. It is kind of long, so if you want to fast forward to certain sections, you're welcome to. Sometimes I'll just put the captioning on and then choose a section where they're talking about something that I'm looking for. That might be one way to look, so you don't watch the whole video if you don't want to, but you're welcome to watch the whole video as well. So the graphic organizer just has some basic questions about what you want to be for your dream career, your title. So if you want to be a veterinarian, your career title will be veterinarian. So describe your career, work conditions. Where do you do this job? When do you do this job? Is there a specific location? Things like that. Education required. Do you need to go to a trade school? Do you have to go to a graduate school? Do you need just a little bit of college? Could you get an associate's degree with just a 2-year college program? Can you do it straight out of high school and they train you? So think about what kind of education is required. Job outlook. So think about, and if this question may be one that you're kind of stuck on, feel free to do additional research if you need to. But how is this career trending in terms of right now? Is the career one that is in a shortage of applicants, so they're like striving for a lot of jobs? That would be like teachers right now, where they are kind of striving for or starving for more, or is it something like coding, where people are really wanting anybody and everybody who can code really well? Or is it going to be something that's on the opposite, like telephone booth manufacturer? That would be something that's probably on the down, if not borderline extinction, because people don't really use telephone booths anymore. So thinking about how the career looks right now. Qualifications, required skills. This one kind of goes along with the education required, but like if I'm a teacher, some qualifications or required skills would be working well with other adults, working well with children, knowing curriculum, that kind of thing could be a required skill versus education. Earnings, how much do you make? That's an important thing when you're thinking about a career. Not the most or the only important thing, but it's something to consider. Related occupation, is there any job that's similar to this one or the same that you could chat about, that you could note? Sometimes when you get into a job, it's not quite what you're looking for. I'll use my sister as an example. She was going to UW-Madison for physical therapy, really loved being active and moving and working with people, and decided that she still wanted to be active and work with people, but she wanted to switch her focus, so she switched to a gym teacher. So physical therapy and gym teachers have similar qualities, but aren't quite exactly the same. But it's just kind of to think, I mean, instead of being so narrow-minded of picking something super specific, you could think broader and think of other related occupations for that question. Incentives. Why do you want this job? What makes it great? And then other information. Is there something that's really cool that you want to write down? This one's obviously more optional, but maybe you found, I'm struggling to think of a fun fact right now. Maybe you found that there are more lawyers than the population of Rhode Island. Who knows? Something totally random, but if there's a fun fact, you can add it here. Just if you find anything that doesn't quite fit in the other questions that you still want to add to your research. But this is basically just to organize your research. And some resources to use are these two. This one has videos that Mrs. Miskey found. So they have kind of these broad topics, and you can go in and pick a more specific career. Let's say that I am interested in something creative. I would like to be an architect. I really enjoy building and building houses. So I can click on the video for an architect, and I could watch that and find some information about the architect. I can also read it because the transcript is what the video is saying written down. The other option is this one, and this one's a little bit more specific. You just click on the job. So let's say I want to do food. I want to be a chef. So now I've got, instead of This one's got more of like a stats type of format. So these are some resources to do for you. There's other options up here too that I didn't notice the first time I was looking at this. So that might be something that this might be a great resource for you. But if you're struggling to find the specific career you want, you can always pick something similar. Maybe you would like to do coding, but it doesn't really have a great coding one. Sorry, I keep saying coding, but I don't know, maybe software developer would be something similar. But if you're looking for one that doesn't have this, if your specific job's not here, you can pick another one. But this is just to explore a career, doing a smidge of research. If you don't find anything on these resources, you're welcome to do your own research as well, or you can make these two work. The last thing really quick is an optional thing, and this is just to interview someone that you find with a career that you would like. So let's say that you want to be an anesthesiologist and you know an anesthesiologist. You could ask them some questions, you could call them, you could email them to ask them your information. I do have a list of questions here that you can access. It's not an assigned assignment, so it's not like something you could type in, but this could be something that you just jot down in a notebook. But I think it's valuable to use the resources that you have available to you, and if you find somebody that is doing your job right now, this might be something that's really cool for you to do. So this is here for you if you would like to do it. Again, I'm looking for that I Dream to Be picture to be emailed to me. You have a Flipgrid to talk about it, books to read, videos to do a mini research, and then an optional interview if you'd like. Hope you guys have a wonderful career day and a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you on Monday. See you later.